Let's talk about minor in terms of tonal music. I hope to help you demystify this a bit. First, we have to understand that music is very dynamic, especially if you're playing a jazz tune. So we want to think about certain notes as being unstable. They may move a half step up or down oftentimes. To start out this video, I'm going to show you which notes are fairly stable in minor and which notes are changing, and we'll discuss those changes. A lot of this has to do with the 1 chord and the 5 chord in minor. First of all, let's pick a tonic and a position. So we'll work with A, 5th fret here on string 6. And we're going to shift between position 5 and position 4. You can see the numbers of the frets written there on our diagram. So these green dots are A. Everything that we talk about here is going to relate to those notes. It will serve as the root note of a chord. It'll also serve as our tonic. So let's start with key of A minor, the key signature. No sharps, no flats. Let's spell that out. Here we have what's called natural minor, which is basically the notes naturally occurring in the key signature. We're going to focus on these notes in orange here. So now that we have this established, let's back up a little bit and talk about those more stable notes that I mentioned earlier. The lowest 5 notes of the scale tend to not change as much, at least in the context of what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about 4 different note collections, but they're all going to have these 5 notes in common. So again, back to the natural minor scale. A minor 7 will fit with that. A minor. But we have a very dissonant tone included here, which is the flat 6. So it feels unstable. There are many tunes that use that, but oftentimes it's connected with other changes, like something like that, or it might go. But for a more stable sound, we can work with a natural 6 rather than a flat 6. So this scale is really compatible with A minor 7, A minor 6. The minor 6 is a common tonic minor chord. So this sound works really well. Let's look at another common occurrence. We'll pair the natural 6 with the major 7. So here we have a scale named melodic minor scale, and it has that natural 6, so it's compatible with this chord sound, as well as a minor major 7. And now we get into something that the previous 2 note collections lacked, which is a leading tone to the tonic. Okay, so that tends to sound resolved. So let's take a look at this shell voicing spelled out from the 5th of that scale. That's E7. So E7 resolves nicely to A minor. Now we have a dominant tonic relationship between those 2 chords. Now let's explore pairing that major 7 with the flat 6. Now we have a collection of tones that's compatible with the A minor triad, A minor major 7, but oftentimes you're going to use this in the context of the 5 chord like we talked about in the last example. So E7 again, which will resolve to A minor. So oftentimes we have a chord called E7 flat 9 in minor, which will tend to resolve to A minor or other related chords. So this note collection works really well for that. We also have a lot of tunes that have a 2 before the 5 chord, like a B minor 7 flat 5. So that's another case where you have the option to use this collection of tones to improvise over the 2-5 in minor. Thanks for checking out this video. I hope it helps you out. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comment section. All of this can be very, very confusing. Lots of names, but I try to keep it as simple as possible here. Try to think of those tones above the 5th as being dynamic and play with the different combinations that you can come up with between the 6th and the 7th. Please like and subscribe, turn on notifications. I'm live streaming regularly, and check out the description below for more details on offerings, and visit fretprints.com. Thanks again and have a great practice session.